When I saw hashtag boycott woman king trending on Twitter, I wanted to see the woman king even more. Whenever someone on social media tells you to boycott a movie, you should probably see the movie. You might be missing out on something special. The Woman King is less about the slave trade and more about the bonds of love. If you want to support my channel, check out the new merch store on cdreimer.myspud.com. The Woman King boycotters reacted to the trailer that came out 2 months ago. I doubt any of the boycotters will see the movie and change their mind. That's the nature of outrage culture. Stir up the dumpster fire, reap the clicks on social media, and move on to the next dumpster fire. What was the complaint about the Woman King based on the trailer? Downplaying that black Africans were more involved in the slave trade than white Americans and Europeans. In short, the movie was historically inaccurate. The Woman King is a Hollywood movie that will always sacrifice historical accuracy in the name of entertainment. If you don't want entertainment, go watch the History Channel. Although some of their programs are just as questionable about historical accuracy. The Woman King is set in 1823, when the slave trade was still flourishing. The British ended the slave trade in the 1830s and forced the African kingdoms to stop in the 1850s. If you watch the movie carefully, the slave trade came to a brief halt. The Woman King begins with the General Nanisca, played by Viola Davis. She leads the Ajogi, the female warriors of the Baha'i Kingdom, against the Oyo Empire village. After killing all the men, they freed their own people and took the survivors captive. She tells the Dahomey King, played by John Boyega, that the slave trade needs to end. Every kingdom grows weaker from fighting each other and selling their captives to slave traders. The king agrees to expand the Agoji to fight against the Oyo Empire and the slave traders. Nawali, played by Tuso Bendidu, refuses to marry the old men that her family arranges for her. Her adopted father, infuriated over another rejected husband, hands her over to the king. She joined the Agoji to train as a warrior. Natasha and Nawali start butting heads during training. You can feel that chemistry between them, almost as if they were mother and daughter.
Your tears mean nothing. To be a warrior, you must kill your tears. Go. Go.
Before a major battle, they discover that they are mother and daughter, separated at birth because Nanaska wanted to be a warrior and Nawai was a rapist baby. Nawai and others get captured as slaves during the battle and taken to the port town. Nanaska defies the king and goes alone to free them. A group of men and women follows her out onto the road to the port town. After releasing the captives, they kill all the warriors and the slave traders. The king promotes Nanisha as the Woman King to be his co-ruler over the Baha'i Kingdom. The Woman King made $19 million in the opening weekend and $11 million this past weekend. A 42% drop from the first weekend to the second weekend, whereas most blockbusters dropped 50% to 70%. The movie is on track to expand its audience on word of mouth and become a serious Oscar contender. As for the boycott, it trended on Twitter for the opening weekend and then fizzled out. Expect the boycotters to be back for Wakanda Forever in November. The women warriors in that movie were also based on the Duhami Igoji, something about strong black women on big screen that sent boycotters off to the deep end. That's it for today's show. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching.